How to attract anything you want in life. Look around you. Everything you see, feel, and experience right now isn't just happening to you, it's responding to you. For 10 years, I've been analyzing human behavior, performance, and mindsets. I've interviewed elite athletes, top-tier entrepreneurs, and everyday people who managed to completely flip their lives around. And if there is one universal law that separates those who thrive from those who survive, it is this: positivity attracts positivity. Think of your mind as a broadcasting tower. Every thought, emotion, and physical state you hold broadcasts a specific frequency into the world. If you tune your radio to 88.5 FM, you can't be mad when you don't hear the station playing at 101.1 FM. Yet millions of people walk around broadcasting negativity, anxiety, and self-doubt every single day, wondering why they keep attracting toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, and endless frustration. Your reality is simply a mirror of your internal state. When you change what you emit, the world around you has no choice but to adjust. Today, we are breaking down the exact mechanics of how to tune your frequency using 8 distinct daily drivers. By the end of this video, you won't just understand positivity, you will know how to construct it. 1. Smiling attracts positivity. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? Just smile. But let's look at what actually happens in your body when you turn up the corners of your mouth. Facial feedback hypothesis proves that movement of your facial muscles can trigger specific emotional responses in your brain. When you smile, even if it feels forced initially, your brain releases a flood of dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin. You are literally performing a manual override on your nervous system, lowering your heart rate and cutting down cortisol levels. Think about walking into a cold, quiet elevator packed with strangers. Everyone is staring at their phones, tense and isolated. Now imagine someone walks in, looks up, catches your eye, and gives a warm, genuine smile. The tension in the entire elevator evaporates instantly. That single, zero-cost action signals safety, openness, and warmth. When you broadcast a smile, people automatically perceive you as more confident, approachable, and trustworthy. You aren't just feeling positive because you smiled, you are triggering positive feedback loops in every person who crosses your path. 2. Meditating attracts clarity. Most people spend their entire lives reacting to the noise inside their own heads. Their minds are like a jar of muddy water that gets constantly shaken up by notifications, deadlines, and past regrets. Meditating isn't about clearing your mind of all thoughts, it's about sitting still long enough for the mud to settle to the bottom so the water becomes crystal clear. Clarity isn't something you go out and hunt. Clarity is what's left over when you strip away the noise. Consider 2 drivers stuck in the exact same hour-long traffic jam before a massive job interview. Driver A spends the hour gripping the steering wheel, cursing at cars, elevated blood pressure, panicking. By the time they arrive, their brain is cooked, they fail the interview. Driver B takes 3 deep breaths, accepts the traffic, uses the time to quiet their mind, and visualizes success. They walk into the room centered, composed, and clear-headed. When you meditate, you build a buffer between a stimulus and your response. In that buffer lies your power to choose clarity over chaos. 3. Exercising attracts energy. Here is the biggest paradox about human energy. You don't wait to feel energy so that you can move, you move so that you can create energy. The human body is an energy generation engine, not a storage tank. When you sit on the couch all day, your body assumes you are in hibernation mode and down-regulates mitochondrial activity. You feel tired because you are resting too much. Think back to a day when you felt completely drained after sitting at a desk for 8 hours. You forced yourself to go for a 20-minute run or do a quick lifting session. What happened? You didn't leave the gym weaker or more exhausted. You walked out buzzing with vitality. Your circulation surged, oxygen flooded your prefrontal cortex, and your energy levels soared for the rest of the night. Physical exertion is the tax you pay to unlock peak mental and physical energy. Action precedes emotion every single time. 4. Eating mindfully attracts vitality. You are quite literally made of what you consume. Every cell in your skin, every neurotransmitter in your brain, and every drop of blood in your veins is constructed from the raw materials you put on your plate. Mindful eating isn't just about dieting, it's about respect for your vessel. When you consume highly processed, chemically engineered garbage on the fly while staring at a screen, you dump low-grade fuel into a high-performance machine. You get brain fog, inflammation, lethargy, and mood swings. Look at the difference between a high-sugar, heavily processed fast food lunch versus a balanced meal of whole foods, clean protein, and greens. An hour after the fast food, your blood sugar crashes, your focus collapses, and you reach for a second or third cup of coffee just to survive the afternoon. Mindful eating keeps your energy steady, your mind sharp, and your body vibrating with dynamic vitality. Treat your food as information, not just entertainment. Feed your body what it needs to perform, and it will reward you with boundless vitality. 5. Learning attracts progress. The moment you stop learning is the moment you begin dying. Stagnation is the ultimate killer of positivity. When you feel stuck in life, it's rarely because the world is holding you back, it's because your knowledge base has plateaued. When you commit to being a lifelong student, you begin to see the world not as a set of obstacles, but as a series of solvable puzzles. Learning attracts progress because it continuously upgrades your toolkit. Imagine two people in the same industry facing a sudden shift in technology or AI. Professional A panics, complains that things aren't like they used to be, and tries to defend old ways of working. Professional B buys 3 courses, reads 5 books, spends 2 hours every morning learning the new tools, and adapts. Within 6 months, Professional B hasn't just survived, they've leapfrogged their entire peer group. Progress is a magnet for happiness. Every time you master a new skill, you expand your capacity to shape your destiny. 6. Staying calm attracts peace. Chaos will find you. Disruption will happen. Life will drop unpredictable, uncomfortable moments right onto your lap without warning. You cannot control the outer weather, but you possess absolute authority over your internal climate. Staying calm is not passivity, it is supreme power. In any situation, the person who holds the highest level of calm holds the highest level of control. Picture an emergency room during a crisis. If the lead surgeon starts screaming, pacing, and panicking, the entire team collapses into chaos. But when the doctor steps in, speaks in a slow, controlled voice, and assesses the situation logically, everyone takes a breath and executes. Peace is contagious, but so is panic. 7. Setting goals attracts success. A life without clear goals is like a ship leaving port without a rudder. It will burn immense amounts of fuel, drift around the ocean aimlessly, and eventually smash into the rocks. Setting goals acts like a laser sight for your reticular activating system, ROS, the filtering mechanism in your brain. Right now, your brain is bombarded with millions of bits of information every second. It filters out almost everything unless you explicitly tell it what matters. Ever decide you want to buy a specific red car, and suddenly you start seeing that exact red car everywhere on the road? The cars were always there, your brain was just filtering them out. When you write down clear, highly specific goals, you tune your ROS to spot opportunities, resources, and connections that were previously invisible to you. Success doesn't land in your lap by accident. You attract it by defining precisely what it looks like and aligning your daily actions to meet it halfway. 8. Giving gratitude attracts abundance. If you want to pull more good things into your life immediately, there is no shortcut more powerful than radical gratitude. Scarcity mindsets focus entirely on what is missing, what went wrong, and what hasn't arrived yet. Abundance mindsets focus on what is already working, what has been overcome, and what is available right now. You cannot feel grateful and fearful at the exact same moment. They are neurochemically incompatible. Take 2 entrepreneurs. Entrepreneur A earns $100,000 a year but spends every day furious that they aren't making $1 million, constantly feeling poor and inadequate. Entrepreneur B earns $100,000 a year, wakes up amazed that they get to work for themselves, appreciates their team, and treats every client like gold. Entrepreneur B attracts better clients, retains staff, and grows effortlessly because they operate from a baseline of appreciation rather than desperation. Gratitude turns what you have into enough, and opens the door for abundance to pour in. Here is the ultimate truth. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you want more positivity in your life, you cannot sit around waiting for the world to give you a reason to be positive. You must initiate the sequence. You smile first, then the joy follows. You sit in silence first, then the clarity arrives. You move your body first, then the energy flows. You set the goal first, then the path reveals itself. Take control of your frequency today. Pick 2 or 3 of these practices and execute them relentlessly for the next 30 days. Watch how your conversations change. Watch how your opportunities shift. Watch how your reality bends around your new energy.